Welcome back to The Girl Who Speaks Bear, written by Sophie Anderson, illustrated by Katrin Hanesta, and read with permission from Usborne Publishers. Chapter 21. Sasha. Blackiston flies ahead, pale and silent as mist in the moonlight. I race after him, the need to find Sasha, a fire in my paws. Finally my body feels like my own, and I speed through the forest, wanting only to see Sasha alive and well. I can't hear Ivan, but the smell of him lingers. Even after we've left the clearing far behind, so I assume he's following, silently running through the shadows alongside us. Sorry about the dog. Mousetrap clings to my ear. The human boy is on the other side of the river. Blackiston and I were looking for you when we found him. He's lying on the bank, wet and cold and still, and he smells bad. I might have to go and get the dog. I think he's okay. Maybe. Okay. No, he's alright. Sorry. What happened to him? I gasped for air. Sasha came into the forest looking for me, and I left him at the silver stream. It was half ice and half rushing water, and I abandoned him there, alone. Whatever has happened to him will be my fault. I don't know. Mousetrap digs his claws tighter into my ears, and I surge forward. But I smell frostbite on his fingers, and so he's wet. And he's so wet, he must have fallen into the river. Perhaps he succumbed to the cold, or drowned. This is the cause of the noise and the disruption. I'm really sorry that Monty's disrupting our chapter today. It's windy outside, and if things move, he barks at them. Sorry. Perhaps he could succumb to the cold, or drowned. Please, I whisper, don't let him be dead. Please, don't let him be dead. The smell and sound of the river fills the air, and I accelerate towards it with no care for how many branches I break on the way. Finally the water appears behind the trees, rushing along, swift and black as the night. Mousetrap climbs onto my forehead. There's the human boy. He points with his snout, but I see Sasha already, a small bundle on the opposite bank. Blackiston glides over the river and lands next to him. I wade in until the water is up to my chin, then lift my legs and kick frantically, worried my huge body will sink. But I'm surprisingly buoyant, and each sweep of my paws pulls me smoothly across. My thick fur protects me from the icy water, but I shudder at the sight of Sasha. He looks so tiny and frail. I scramble onto the bank and rush to him. But Mousetrap was right. He's cold and lifeless. I nudge Sasha's bluish face with my nose, then rest my head on his chest, desperate to hear his heartbeat. But there's nothing. I shout for Valentina, Elena in the house. Sasha needs help, and I can't do anything in this body. My voice comes out as an echoing roar, and I growl with frustration. They won't understand me like this. Mousetrap! Blackiston! I yell, lifting Sasha into my arms and cradling him like a baby. Which way is the Yaga house? Upstream. Mousetrap runs to Blackiston, jumps onto his back, and they fly off together. I stagger after them, along the riverbank, my feet sinking deep into the mud. I try to run, but on two paws all I can manage is an awkward swaying jog. Moonlight swirls on the river currents. Stars disappear and reappear as they're swallowed and then spat out again by the waves. The scent of Ivan follows me like clinging smoke. I know he's close, although I can't see him. I try to huff his scent away because I don't want to think about him or his desire to fight Smay. I don't care about fire dragons or curses anymore. All I want is for Sasha to be well. But with every step, Sasha becomes chillingly lighter, as if his soul is floating away. He's too quiet, too still. A cave opens in my chest and I lower my head to Sasha's, wanting only to feel his breath. A thump shakes the ground, then another. The Yaga house appears, its brightly lit windows higher than the treetops. My heart pounds with hope that Valentina and Elena might be able to help. One of the chicken house's feet sweeps over a skeletal elm, and its long clawed toes squish it into the mud of the riverbank. The other foot swings down next to it, and the house lurches to the ground with a bump. Yuri is still lying on the porch, grumbling something about motion sickness, and Mousetrap waves a greeting from the roof, where he's perched with Blackiston. "We brought the house to you," he trills. "The Yaga don't listen, but the house understands us perfectly." "Thank you." I stumble towards the porch. Then the front door swings open and my jaw drops, because floating next to Valentina is the ghost of Sasha.